What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's Jesse Spec YouTube video. Happy New Year to all of you. This is the first video of 2022. And guess what? We're diving right back into the MR2 content. I know you guys love that car the most, at least among my subscribers. So we're gonna dive into it severely this year, and there's gonna be huge modifications for the MR2.
Especially in the engine department.
So anyway, without further ado, let's stop beating around the bush and let's dive right into it. Join me. All right, we're back in the new office. If any of you are interested, I'll happily give you a little tour of the new office and showroom of Hanshin-imports, so my business where I work. But anyway, this is not the theme of today's video. Today, I bought a new car, but it's not what you think it is. So let's look at the documents. What do we have here? Can you see this? Probably not. But anyway, so it's a Honda Civic Type R, the ep3, like many of you know. And what is there inside an ep3? That's right. There's the K20 engine with a nice Type R 6-speed gearbox as well. So what could that be? And what does that have to do with my MR2? Well, guess what? It's not a beautiful ep3. Let me show you outside and let's take a look at it. So as you can see, I bought an ep3, but it's not the kind of ep3 you buy in order to drive with it. The car, in all honesty, is totally at least the chassis. No, I'm joking. But basically, you can see the exterior parts, the most parts of the body and some of the suspension components are broken. The car actually flipped over, so it was a car that one of my customers bought in order to make a race car with it, and then he realized, he's actually a body painter, but he actually realized that it's a bigger job than he expected to actually fix it. So I know now some of you are gonna understand what's going on and gonna hate on me. So yes, I bought this car for its drivetrain, and this is officially the beginning of how to swap a K20 engine and its gearbox into an MR2. For all of you guys who didn't see it yet, my YouTube channel started by actually making a full series of 25 plus episodes on how to swap a 2ZZ into an MR2. And sadly, I had some problems with my MR2 and 2ZZ setup, highly related probably to 1ZZ baffled oil sump that probably killed my engine, because the oil that's supposed to return in the pan actually returns slower due to the baffles or the plates that are inside it. So anyway, that's another debate, but basically I bought this car really cheap, and I told the guy who sold it to me that I'm gonna be making a full tutorial on how to do it. So he really gave it to me for a good price. So I got a full car, like I did last time. I got a full Corolla car. This time I got a full ep3 to get all the good stuff out of it, and it will be a perfect stepping stone if I even want to go K24 later or stuff like that. But let's already get a K20 engine into an MR2. It's been done many times, but I'm convinced that I could probably make a nice tutorial that would help out a lot of people who would want to go for that swap. So I hope this video is going to interest all of you guys. So let's dive right into it, shall we? So let me give you a couple of elements of this base car that I bought. So what we're basically interested in is to get the engine, of course, the electrical harness, the ECU, and the transmission. It makes it much easier when you have a complete car to do that, so that's an essential point. If you're lucky, you can pick up an ep3 in Europe for a broken one like mine for 3,000 or 4,000 francs, or dollars, let's say $3,000 or $4,000. And it's really like, I know in the US that's what you pay just for a K20 or a K20 and the transmission of an ep3. The prices are going up really, so I really did a good buy on this one. So this is 2002 Honda Civic Type R ep3, 2-liter with a K20 engine in it, Type R version. It's supposed to have 147 kilowatts, so that's roughly 200 horsepower. Okay, and what's sad about this car is it had inspection the 31st of March 2021, so it actually was just inspected. And if we look at the service history of the car as well, all the services were done vigorously until the end. And it actually, when I bought the car, it has 120,000 kilometers. So all the services were done and the engine is in very good condition. We're gonna go down after and start the engine and take a look at it, because in the end, of course, if the body's destroyed and everything, that is one problem. But what really interests me is actually just the engine, the transmission, the engine harness, eventually the body harness as well, and the ECU. So that's basically all I need. And yeah, I got everything with the car. It's a complete car except for just the seats. The guy took out the Type R seats, made a quick buck on it, but anyway, that's okay. And otherwise, you will see airbags exploded. Like, the car has some severe damage, but I'll already put a quick plug right now. If anybody needs any ep3 parts that you will see on the car after, make sure to hit me up. I'm happy to do shipping. I'm happy to remove doors, trunks. It has a front lip. It has all kinds of stuff. The steering wheel that has the airbag that popped, but maybe if you just want the steering wheel in itself, make sure to hit me up and I can actually send parts around the world, basically, if that's something you guys need. So anyway, I'm really excited because originally, I mean, let me just say a little something for all the people that are probably going crazy because I just swapped a year ago the 2ZZ into it, and now I'm going for K20. I know one guy on Facebook is going to be really happy about it. I think it's Meyer, his family name. But anyway, this guy, he's been working me to do this swap, and honestly, I was looking at prices to redo my engine and just to get in Switzerland a functioning engine, a 2ZZ working one. I had to like spend $2,000 just to get one that had also a guarantee and everything. And honestly, my engine was running good. Who knows if I would change the engine, it would break again in the next corner, like with my A052 Yokohamas, and it was at a time attack race. Make sure to check this video that I did where you can see what actually broke. Yeah, so honestly, like, I've heard that the 2ZZ engine is known to break also a lot, especially when you start using them. What can you expect? They're like 25 years old, of course, or 20 years old, the engines. So anyway, so mine was totally, it was just checked, and I did the servicing, the valve clearances, all this stuff, and put it back together and installed it into the car and just went for it and did maybe 3 or 4 track days, and it's at the time attack race that it went kablamo. Okay, so that is really a sad thing, but on the other hand, it's sort of expected. I thought that putting the 1ZZ baffled pan would solve that issue and save it. There were some mistakes made. I know that it's not always perfect, these systems. So in any case, yeah, if I wouldn't have gotten such a good deal on the ep3, I'd still be running after the 2ZZ, because in all honesty, I love that engine. Honda people are going to be angry to hear this, but honestly, the 2ZZ is an absolutely angry and beastie B18, if you ask me. I think the 2ZZ beats the B18 in anything. And people are gonna get upset at me for saying that, but honestly, I have even dyno sheets to prove that, and I'm not just saying that as a hater or whatever, but yeah. Anyway, the K20, everybody knows its potential. So another thing you guys probably know about me is, sadly, I wrench more than I actually drive. Maybe that's just what I like to do, you know? So anyway, so last year I swapped the 2ZZ. This year, let's swap a freaking Honda engine. Oh my gosh, I can't even realize I'm saying something like that, but yes, let's do that. And let's see how fast this baby can go with a 2-liter. So increased displacement and a super high-tech and very well-performing engine. There will be some things that I will modify, of course, to increase that a bit further, but the potential is really high, and I'm gonna have high expectations because my 2ZZ made 208 or 209 horsepower, so it was really very aggressive and driving amazingly. So God knows how great it's gonna be with the K20, and also Hondata is gonna be on board. I'm gonna install the Hondata, do the mapping, all kinds of things. So it's gonna be really awesome. I just need to get it done for summer because I wanna go racing again. So anyway, so this is a little bit what's gonna happen. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to actually go through that adventure. And anyway, if you like this kind of content and you liked my previous stuff, make sure to like, to subscribe, share these videos, and especially if you want to see a K20 swap in as much detail as I did my 2ZZ swap, and make sure to subscribe because I'm going to take you along and I'm going to show you all the relevant steps along the way, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. So make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you really soon. Enjoy. Peace.